Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another video. So the day is finally here. After all the delays and everything, Sonic Mania is finally out. And as you can tell by the title of this video, this is going to be an unboxing of the collector's edition of Sonic Mania. Now, this is all going to be new to me, although I have seen a production shot of the contents of the collector's edition of this set. I've not watched any other videos of any other unboxings or anything, so how the contents look to me in here is going to be completely new. I've kind of avoided pretty much all videos and everything related to Sonic Mania, so that's another thing I just want to point out quickly. This is going to be a completely 100% spoiler-free video for Sonic Mania. Because, you know, that's kind of how it should be. I want to be excited to see which level is going to come next in the game without it already being ruined by spoilers or leaks online. But yes, this is the collector's edition. It's actually in a really big box, which has only just come, you can see, compared to the size of my hand there. It's making a bit of a noise there on the glass cabinet. But yes, let's get this open and have a look at what we've got inside. Okay, so I've got my trusty Stanley knife. I'm going to get this thing open. I very much doubt that the actual collector's edition box itself is the same size as this box, otherwise that would be very big. I imagine there's probably loads of protective packaging in here. No, I'm actually pretty surprised. The actual collector's edition box is really big, and this is actually really surprising to me. I didn't think it was going to be bigger than the Sonic Generations collector's edition box. It's actually quite heavy too. Wow. As you can see, that is the box that it come in from ordered, which is from Amazon, and this is the actual size of the Sonic Mania box. Now that is really shocking to me. I mean, I've got the camera quite far away from the actual box itself, but yes, that is the Sonic Mania Collector's Edition box, and you can see in the top left there, I have got it on the PlayStation 4. That was the first set that became available that I wanted to go. I've got a PlayStation 4 anyway. I know it was recently announced not long afterwards to be on the Switch, but I wanted to get it on the PlayStation 4 because the trophy hunting's pretty fun. But yeah, this is a pretty cool box. I like the grid-lined boxed squares here, which looks very reminiscent of the first Sonic game box art. We obviously got a really cool illustration of Sonic here. Official SEGA seal of quality. This is really awesome, and this retailed at I believe $79.99, which is £80. So I imagine the US conversion to that's probably around the $100 mark, maybe. So that's pretty cool. Seeing as how the I think the Sonic Generations Collector's Edition pre-ordered up for £130. But we're going to see whether this has the same sort of quality contents inside once we get it out. So this is pretty cool. You got a classic shot of Dr. Robotnik here, classic Sonic. Welcome to the next level. Pretty sweet. So we've got a really nice load of text, and I believe these are all completely brand new illustrations of the classic interpretations of these characters, or at least I haven't seen these used in any other media forms. Could be wrong. As I said, I have kind of been avoiding anything news or spoiler related for Sonic Mania. So, brand new adventure. You can pretty much, I'm sure I can read that on the camera. Is it picking up? Yeah, so if you want to read these contents out, please pause the video. It looks really nice. Gorgeous pixel graphics. What we've got down here, 1 to 2 player. 400 megabytes minimum required. That's crazy, right? When you think some of these current games you need about 40 gigabytes to install it. Remote play supported. That's pretty sweet. And on this side we have a little look at some of the contents that we've got inside, or to say all the contents. So this package contains collector's box, 12-inch statue with SEGA Start Audio. I wasn't sure I actually had that. Metallic collector's card, SEGA cartridge cast with golden ring, and this is something I only actually found out the other day when I got the email for this order being dispatched, and that is that it's a little bit of a disappointment to me, but not really by much, and that is that it's actually got a digital game download for it. I don't actually think there's a physical release for the actual game. It is only solely by a digital download, and I'm not too big on digital download games. I always try to pick up physical copies, but the fact that the collector's edition box here kind of makes it like a physical copy of it as well. But I would like to have had the like a disc with like a manual and artbook and everything. But choose what we can get. So let's get this thing open and have a little look at what we got inside. Okay, so there's some sellotape sealing at the top of the box, which I'm not actually even going to use the knife on this. I'm actually just going to peel them away. It's these little plastic bits, and they are nicely removing without taking any layers of the actual box off itself, which is very nice. It's not ripping any cardboard marks on there. Okay, now by the looks of it, this thing slides off. Am I right or am I wrong? Oh no, there's some more plastic parts at the bottom to remove. Turn it this way just so I can get them off. You know, these kind of remind me of the first 4 figure statue boxes they come in. Very similar to how this box looks, and it's sealed. I haven't actually bought something from first 4 figures for quite a few years now. I think the last one was the Sonic Generations diorama. Okay, so this slides off. It's pretty sweet. I'll put that over there. And here we have the box. It looks pretty much to be the same thing, although the front part opens. So wow, look at that. That is pretty sweet. So here is the Sonic Mania download code. I don't know if it picked it up already, the code, but by the time this uploads, the code will have already been used. So that's pretty sweet. So that's actually, like, if there was a physical copy of the game, this I could see being what the box art would have looked like for it. Maybe one day we'll get a physical release for it, I don't know. Sometimes publishers do that, Sega might. So, customer support, you know, the boring stuff essentially that probably hardly anyone ever reads. Here is the good stuff. Now this has really surprised me. I am shocked to see how big this actually is. I said this is completely new, and I know IGN and a couple others released some unboxings of this, but I've completely ignored them. And the size of it actually looks very similar to the actual Mega Drive itself. If I'd have known that, I would have got my one out to do a little comparison between the sizes. But yeah, this is very close. But let's get this guy out, because I'm sure this is what we all want to see. I want to be careful here. Make sure the back part doesn't fall out, which it hasn't, which is good. Okay, let's put the statue down there for the minute, just so I can get the back part out. It's a little bit awkward with it standing up, so let me close the lid. I really like how that box opens like that. It's a very unique idea. Okay, Sonic Mania card. What's on the back of this? This is just a pretty cool, nifty little card. I like that. Put that over there. That says on the box metallic collector's card. Pretty sweet. And this pretty much needs no introduction. This is obviously like a very awesome replica of a Mega Drive cartridge. In fact, it looks nigh on identical to what they look like. Very cool. Give me flashbacks down memory lane. Just make sure it's picking that up as clear as possible so you can see that. So back in the old days of the 90s, very commonly people would blow on the cartridge inside to remove any dust, even though they always warned you not to do that, but I think everyone did it, and I never had any problems with cartridges after blowing them, so that's pretty sweet. Okay, now let me move the camera a bit closer and let's get the top prize itself up on show. Okay, so here we have. Again, I am really surprised with just how big this is. They've really gone for like a full out, almost replica of the Mega Drive 1 itself. At the bottom here you've got like where the controller ports would be. This is based off the Mega Drive 1 design, in case I haven't already said that. You got the power button there on and off, the reset button, of course there's no actual button there, it's like a painted display of the button. Volume, yes, you did actually have a volume control on these older systems. And the weight is not terribly heavy, in fact the Mega Drive itself feels completely hollow, but there is a bit of weight to the Sonic. He feels like he's a bit more solid. I'd probably say, I don't have scales at me, but maybe 2.5 kilograms this kind of feels like, around that sort of weight. The bottom, just behind Sonic, it says higher definition graphics. You might just be able to see that. He feels pretty well glued on there, so he's definitely not going to come off. The paint job looks brilliant on him. I've got to admit, there doesn't appear to be any overlaps of the paint at all. For instance, like on the gloves or the eyes. I mean, even the first 4 figure statues have a little bit of overlaid paints that I've got on them, but this looks very brilliant. I can't see any blemishes or marks or scratch marks. It's made out of a plastic as well. It's not like a polyester design. But he looks very shiny. You can probably see the light there I've got, making him look very reflective. But that is pretty cool. Alright, so I just had to stop the video there for a little bit because I was unsure of how you get this guy to power on. And with closer inspection of the base, I see there is a slot here for you to put in 2 AA batteries. Now, you do need a screwdriver for this, and thankfully I had one of them close at hand. So he's got his batteries in there, he's all powered up. Let's see what we've got when we turn him on. So pretty sweet, right? The, of course, very famous SEGA startup audio noise. And the volume control on this figure doesn't really have any impact at all. It does move up and down, but it doesn't decrease the volume of the SEGA startup audio noise, as you'll see. If I put it on maximum, it's exactly the same as if it was on the lowest setting. Not exactly like it matters anyway. It's a pretty awesome thing. It's got a power on light here. Well, it looks like a light at least, but there's nothing actually lighting up on there showing that it's on. I'm not sure whether that's just a novelty thing there, just having the little, like the bulb in there. That's definitely not on. And the off, on. So, pretty sweet, right? And this is completely, I was unknown to the contents of this. I had a little look at the side of the box, and I've just realised the Mega Drive cartridge actually opens to reveal a ring, and I didn't actually know that, so that's pretty cool. It does look quite similar to the ring you got with the Sonic Generations Collector's Edition. I'm not sure if it's the same size or even the same item, but regardless, this has got quite a bit of weight to it. This is definitely a solid piece of metal. Of course, it's not gold. It wouldn't be solid gold in there if it was only for £80. So that slides in like that. So pretty cool. Okay, and that is all the contents for the Sonic Mania's Collector's Edition, guys. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. I personally think this is awesome, and it's not often we get Collector's Edition sets for Sonic the Hedgehog games. Of course, the last one being Sonic Generations 6 years ago now. But what do you think of it? Do you think it's worth the £80 price tag? I think the digital version of the game is selling for around the £20 mark. So it's a little bit more, obviously, but I think this Sonic on the Mega Drive here is a really awesome collector's piece. Admittedly, it's of course you're not getting as much in there as you did with the Sonic Generations set, but then that was a lot more money. That was £130. With that, you had the PVC statue of the Sonic, modern and classic Sonic. You had the ring. There was an art book, and you had a physical copy of the game. So for what we're getting here for £80, I think this is awesome, and I can see these kind of being a collector's piece as the years go on. I can't really have any thoughts with it at all. Admittedly, the only thing I can really say is I wish there was a physical copy of the game in there, but that's just me personally saying that. That's not a knock on the actual product itself. This is a really awesome piece, and if you're a fan of Sonic the Hedgehog, then this has got to be a must pick up. And from what I've heard, the game appears to be very awesome. as time of recording this, I have yet to play it, but I will be on there very soon. And I'll probably say, even if you're a fan of Sega, the 90s Sega, this has got to be a pickup. I mean, how awesome is this? You got a figure on an actual reproduction of a Mega Drive. That is really awesome. And so yeah. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys, especially if you watched it all the way to the end. It's very much appreciative of all the people who watch my videos and any of the feedback you leave, and especially those who like and subscribe. Very much means a lot to me. So yes, until I see you guys on the next video, take care of yourselves and see you soon.